And good evening, everyone. Hello, 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 everyone. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining on a Sunday afternoon. Hope you're doing amazing things today. Had a great weekend. I'll get into what I did this weekend as well, briefly. But if you are new here, welcome. I am She Fires, all about self-defense, mainly with the firearm. I do focus on other forms of self-defense, including martial arts and other self-defense tools. And situational awareness also, forgot to mention that. So appreciate you being here. If you're watching this on replay, thank you. Please do leave a comment. Let me know that you came here. If you're joining me live, thank you. Hello for all the folks that popped in. So great to see you. Hi, team and Bill. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great. Hi, Time Machine. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for the reminder. As you come in, please be sure to hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Two Lab Moo. Hello. Hello. Gun websites. Thank you. Appreciate you. I did see your comment for last week as well. Thank you for watching the replay. I appreciate you. Thank you. Two Lab Moo. Yes. Hi, Keith Gregory. Keith Gregory. Good to see you. So if you saw my thumbnail, I'm not sure if I touched on this before where we were talking. I know we've kind of skirted around different things related to the gun range, but wanted to talk about the specific preparation that you do, okay? Because what I do might be different from what you do, and whatever we do might help someone else. Like, oh, I should probably do that. And I've learned some things along the way also, just most recently, that I wanted to make sure I shared with you. And you may already be doing this, but we're going to go off the assumption that it's all new, okay? Although this world is very mature, there's always something new to learn, right? So especially when you're kind of new coming in with a fresh perspective, folks have been in it for a long time. It's like they just know, but coming new in and having a different outlook on certain things that maybe you hadn't even considered before. So I always try to remind us all to approach things with an open mind, but I appreciate everyone for being here. Okay, so I have talked or commented in the past about or put into a community post talking about when you go to the range, do you have a plan? And if you saw my most recent community post, I had a poll that I did about 9 months ago, and I asked, what do you carry? Or what do you carry your firearms in? Is it a bag? Is it a case, like a multi-firearm case? You only take like one firearm. It could be a handgun, it could be a long rifle, whatever it might be. Like, what's your plan when you go to the range? So I've kind of asked questions along the way. So some of these things might be, if you've been hanging with me for a bit, something I've talked about, but I wanted to use this opportunity to really get your input on these things. Like I said, I'm fairly amongst the world, fairly new to, owning and operating, training, and being an instructor in this space. And I love it. And I think there's space for all of us. And everyone's fantastic. Okay. Open-minded, willing to help. The seasoned folks, if you have a question, they're not going to leave you flailing out there, to defend yourself. So wanted to talk about a couple of those things. Good to see you. Hi, Kenny Loves Guns. Good to see you, Club 49. As folks pop in, appreciate you. What I want to share, I know a lot of folks like last weekend, thank you for joining my live from the vehicle. I was driving or out all day, so I didn't want to miss the live. I was a little bit late, but I didn't want to miss the live. So I hope that you all enjoyed that, just kind of shooting the breeze from the car. I'll try not to make a habit of that, but especially as the summertime comes around, although it's boiling, I'm still going to try to get out more. So the scene, back to my old school, the scene may change. So I hope that you like that. It's a little bit of a drive going to St. Pete Pier. if you're familiar with St. Pete, Clearwater, all that, the tourist destinations. It's a little bit of a drive going to the pier for me from where I live, but I was thinking of taking like a little day trip over there and doing the live from there. And I mentioned it, but I'm more and more inclined to do that. So if you're interested in something like that, please do say pier, beach, something like that, and I'll add it to my schedule, my summertime schedule. And then what else? Thank you for the moderators who might be in here, and also to the Patreon community. Always thankful for your extra support. So thank you for that. So, all right, I'm gonna hop right into it. I have my notes here, my chicken scratch. Whew. Have you found that like your penmanship is just really, really bad? And I know even in schools they don't teach cursive anymore, but I try to write as fast as like a computer, and it's just like scribble. My penmanship, I'm kind of ashamed of, but I can still make it out. I can still make it out. Okay, so when you go to the range, do you have a plan? Like, how do you prepare for it? Do you have an idea of what you will work on? Is there something very specific? Are you just going there, just, I need a day, I'm stressed out, work is stressing me out, I just want to go and shoot, some targets? Do you compare your new trip, or the impending trip, to the one that you had last? Were you working on something specific? Did you take a certain firearm out there? Do you kind of, it's not cheap going to the range, right? So are you kind of strategic about what you work on when you go to the range? And was it different from the last time you went to the range? I try to have a plan. I try to do some filming so I can share with you, what I'm working on. But then also I have to put in some time for myself personally. And I think it's important also that we're reminded to, if you conceal carry, do you take your concealed carry out there? Are you using some other training or practice firearms with you? Like, what are you doing? Are you doing it both? I think it's important to take your concealed carry out. It's the one that's on your body. And if you're lucky enough to be able to go to a range where you can draw from a holster, because some places don't do it, indoor does not allow you to do that. Well, I won't say that. The ones I've gone to, you're not able to draw from your holster. And when I go to the outdoor range, I do try to plan for that so that I can practice drawing from the holster. But oftentimes, truth be told, I wear my outside the waistband holster, which I love. Let me see what I have here. Let me show you. Let me show you. I do have like a little chair over here with all the things I wanted to show you today. But this is my works holster. And I do a lot of outside the waistband practice shooting. I love this. This is the Works Outlier. If you know, Works has been rocking with me from the very, very beginning when I started my channel. So I'll always have loyalty to them. But they're light-bearing holsters. So if you don't carry lights on your concealed carry, or if you don't like carrying lights, this may not be for you. But for everyone else, if you're not considered it, I love these, and oftentimes I'll use this. So I do need to practice more with my inside the waistband holster drawing, and I will be getting out to the range here very soon. So I think I will bring out my my little EDC. Thanks for watching that short. If you did, with the P365, that's my EDC, and I do have my knife. I didn't bring it here with me to show you. And then my sound alarm. A couple people asked me about the alarm too for their spouse. I did show it. I will not hurt your ears, but if you heard it that short, it is pretty piercing. And this is what I actually plan to take with me on my next trip, where I cannot take a firearm. I know. Don't go there if you can't take your firearm. I know. But listen, I got to get some. I won't say fun of the sun, because I get that here. But just, when you get away, you want to make sure you get the time in. Yes, Keith Gregory, hope I answered your question. Yes. Right now, that is my everyday carry. And like I was talking about, it's really important that you practice with your EDC. Like, don't just have it and you're dry firing at home, which you should be doing. But that should be going to the range with you. Also, we take our full metal jackets, our practice rounds to the range, right? Because it's cheaper. I understand that. That's what we use, but we should also, every so often, whatever you feel is appropriate, practice with the hollow point. See how your firearm will perform with the hollow point. That's what my instructors, multiple, have told me many times. Don't just get stuck on the FMJs. Take the hollow points out and practice with that every so often. Again, just so it's not, your EDC is not so familiar with just running, the full metal jackets. That's what I've been told. Let me put a disclaimer out there, okay? All that I've shared is what I have been advised about, and it makes sense. And so it's my own personal opinion, but also advice that I've received from reputable advisors, instructors out there. And I hopefully those in the community will agree that it's important to every so often, put some hollow points in your firearm, especially your EDC, because that should have the hollow points in there, right? Yes. Let me say hello to a couple folks. Thanks for joining. Four Corners Custom Products. Hello. Good to see you. Welcome in. Hi, She Fires. Any information on the GO event at Reload October? No. Well, no news, no new news to share at this time, but thank you for bringing that up. For anyone who missed it, I am hosting a Gun Owners of America Empowered to a Women's Only range event, outreach event, and that will be here in the Tampa Bay area on Saturday, October 19th. And we're still finalizing some details, more details. Believe me, once I have the full flyer details, I will be sharing it as a community post and also as like a short, because this will be my very first one, so it needs to run as smoothly as possible. I'm highly critical of myself, highly, and very competitive. So I don't want to make it too much, it being the first one, since I've not done it before, but hopefully this is one of many, and they'll just get like bigger and bigger over time. So thank you for asking that, EJM. I look forward to doing that. Yes, always take my current carry and alternate my other guns each trip. Yes, if you saw my community post, I showed the new range case. It's so far. Check my community post. It's way over there. I have a case that now has 5 firearms that I could store in it. It's pretty heavy though. Okay. I'm used to my roller, but the convenience of having it, like, open it up, take out what I need. The magazines are all there. I think you can put, 20. Oh, don't quote me. I might have to get it real quick so I can show you. Oh, I can't show you because I don't know if YouTube will allow that. But even though I'm not holding or touching a firearm, just even displaying it, I don't want to get into what purgatory with YouTube. Purgatory, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to fall into that gray area, but it has where you can put in all of your magazines, and then 5 firearms, and it's from condition 1. Never had a case before. You usually have some type of bag, either a single bag or like the multi-bag with the roller, which I do love because it helps my back. Okay, if you want one, I do have them on my Amazon store, and I'll still take that with me because I put all my other stuff in there, which I wanted to share with you. But I talked about drawing from the holster. Yes, the importance of doing that. Kind of planning your trip. What I like to do I have it over there? Let me share. See, now I gotta get it. Let me skip back. I take my. I'll bring everything out. When you're in Florida, listen, these bugs, those horse flies, ooh, those things are no joke. So in my rolling bag, I will bring Like this is my D-White. Remember I mentioned this before. These are similar to the little small packets that I have. Here. So you can get, this is, these are 40, but I know they have like 100 or 150 count, and it removes the lead, dust, and metal dust from your hands, from your body. And then here are the small little packets. I did get an OG Tank. I didn't hear from OG Tank, who won the little care package. Hopefully he'll chime in or pop in if he can. But it is really, really good. Not using the wipes or some of the other like wet wipes. Those are good, but they will not remove the lead and metals from your skin, especially when you have like snacks. When you go to the range, and I like going to the range and staying for a number of hours. One of the things I was talking to someone recently, when you go to the indoor range, you're limited to 1 hour for the most part. Okay, you get 1 hour. You can always add to it, but 1 hour minimum. But what I love about the outdoor range is, especially at the static line, you can stay there. If it opens at 10, you can stay there until 5, until they close. It's free, who first come, first serve. I don't think they have a time limit on how many, because they have so many lanes for you to sit or to stand. So when you're out there, what is your plan? When you go to the outdoor range, might be a little bit different than what you do at the indoor range, because you have 1 hour. And I was talking to someone recently. It's important to load all your magazines. How many times have I crossed paths with people who just show up with their firearm, with their empty magazines, and they're loading them on the spot? Your 1 hour is ticking. Like, load your magazine before you leave. Do it while you're watching television. I use sometimes this. Depends on how long I'm at the range. After a while, my thumb, I try to do it manually, because if there's a zombie apocalypse, this is not going to be handy. Okay, you're not going to have this. So it's important to have comfort with loading the magazines freestyle. But after a while, your hands get tired. And so I do have this. I keep this in my range bag to load my all my magazines. And the convenience, like I said, I like carrying the 9mm, not having too many different. This is a universal one, I believe, so it could take different calibers. But if you get one of these and it's only 9mm, if you have a 380 or some other, I don't know. Some of the other calibers are different sizes, lengths, widths. It would be a little bit more challenging. So I do love carrying this in my bag too. Do you have this? Do you have one of these? Just, you never know. What if you get a cut on your hand, right? And it's sore. Like, this helps. It's not just for, weak thumbs after a while. It can be for any purpose. So I like bringing that. And I mentioned this about the snacks. I bring this back up is because when you're done, you go to the bathroom, you wash your hands, soap and water, that's fine. But if you're eating at the range, you don't want to be handling the rounds and dust and all that stuff. And then you go and eat food. Over time, you don't want to be adjusting anything. Keep your body as healthy as possible. There's enough stuff floating in the air that you don't want to be helping your health issues, right? And then, did I bring this? Oh, okay. Yes, I've got two of these. What do you all use? Do you use the off, or do you use the repel? I heard the repel was better. And there's a Deets too. I don't have that. For bugs, those horse flies here in Florida are deadly. And mosquitoes, just annoying. And if you're shooting and gnats and bugs, and if you have cicadas where you are, those dreaded cicadas I'm very familiar with, and love bugs here. You don't want things floating and being in your way, impacting your, skills that you're working on. So I like to bring all of that stuff. And then I also have, did I show this yet? I did not. I always bring my Medi kit. Is that what you call it? Yes. And this is the medium size one. I think this was the 199 one, I believe. Can't remember. But I haven't really used that, thankfully. I just use, I probably used a couple of their Band-Aids, and that's it. Let me go back and say hello to some folks. Let me say hello to folks if anyone's asking any questions. Hi, scriptwriter. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. How many rounds do you take, and do you buy in bulk or at the range? Look, okay, listen. All right, Little Twilight, are you here? You still here? Don't buy at the range. It's just so much. It's so expensive. Buy in advance. Thankfully, ranges do have ammo for you to purchase, but that's only for emergency situations, okay? Which I had an emergency situation. Why did I show up at the range with literally no ammo? I had all my firearms and I left my ammo can. That was a very expensive mistake that I made. I think it was like, I don't even know, $30 for a box of 25. It was really bad. Don't buy it. Don't buy it at the range. I always buy online. It's easier for me to do that. It comes right to my home, and I take out however many boxes that I need. And how many I use kind of does depend on how many firearms I take out, how many rounds I want to get down, and how long I'm going to be at the range. That's why I think it's important to, okay, I'm going to be there from 12 to 3. And so I'm going to be able to possibly shoot, for comfortably, whatever, because you're tinkering. Because that was one of my other questions when you're going to the range. What are you practicing? Are you practicing with a new firearm? Are you practicing with something that you continuously use, like your EDC? Did you make tweaks to your firearm? Like I got a new trigger. Yes, I got a new trigger in my rifle. And so I have not taken it out to the range yet. So I want to make sure I get adequate time and attention to like those types of enhancements. So it really does depend. I know when people do training, they say bring 100 rounds with your firearm for like a 2-hour period. Is that right on average, give or take? I know some trainers in here, they can tell me so, what they do. Hi, David. Good to see you. Yes, try to purchase in advance. Moral of the story, please try to purchase in advance. And I do buy bulk. I buy like 1,000 rounds. And I'm actually I need to purchase some training ammo for my rifle. I need some 5.56. So yes, I will be doing that. Actually, you just reminded me to do that. And it does ship pretty quickly. Like if I order tomorrow, hopefully by the end of the week, Friday, because I need it, I'll have it for my training day coming up. Hi, Virginia Bushcrafter. Good to see you. I have a newbie interested in October event. Yay! Okay, EJM, you have to get in touch with me, okay? I'm doing some what do you call it? Previews, registrations. So definitely, if you have my email address, let me put it in the chat. Have the lovely lady, I would love to have her. Have her please email me and let me know if she's interested. Definitely. I can give her like some preliminary details that I can't, publish to the broader community just yet. What targets do you use and prefer? Does that change? Nice question, Gear Websites. I already know you know the answer to this question, but maybe you're asking for the greater chat. I was actually going to show you. All right, so I do. Great question. All right, I used to do the big body silhouette targets, the black and white ones. And then I went to the ones that had the splatter. I love the splatter. Okay, my eyes are not getting any better. So I like having the splatter, which, you know what they look like, just like this. This is all mangled, don't mind it, but this one peels off. And you see, if you just touch it, it starts like, the splatter or reacting. But I put it on my crate. I've been using these crates because it makes me feel like this is, the body. This is where you want to hit to, someone. So I use this. And then sometimes I'll do the backside and I'll put these targets over top as I use it. And then they also have, because on the cardboard side, they have stickers that are the same color, like little circles that you can put over on the cardboard side and also for the side. But these are really great. I feel like you graduate. I felt like I graduated because ultimately you wanted to be a small circumference. You wanted to be a small area. When you first start, you're just trying to get something through the target. Okay. So you want it as big as possible. So you feel confident. I know when I started, I was like, okay, I want the biggest, I don't know what it is, 18 by 24, something like that. Whatever big ones you got, that's what I want. So I could feel like I'm hitting it. And then slowly, as I got a little bit more comfortable with it and a little bit better, I've been working my way towards a smaller target. And those are all on Amazon. Okay. Amazon's a beautiful thing if you love it, where you can get a lot of those types of things. Spent a lot of time at Anna Maria Island. Oh, Siesta Key. Not too far. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's right down 75. Anna Maria Island. Yeah. Santa Barbara Island. Yeah, down that way. A little bit past Venice, Florida. Very nice. Not too far to Lavmu. Hi, New York Outcast. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. I have a black one. It does make my loading faster. Yeah, if you're just going to piddle around, okay, you can just do it, freestyling, manually. But shout out to, it'll come to me now. Oh God, please. I don't remember. This was originally black and someone in the community made it red. And now I forgot. And now I have to do a community post to thank that person because my brain. Yes. I did not have a Red Bull today. I've got some cran grape here, so I apologize for anything I may forget along the way. Please remind me if I'm on a tangent and I derail. Let me make sure I'm not missing anyone's questions. Hello, Mr. Baker. Hello. Oh, yes, that reminds me. If you joined me last week and even in the prior week, I forgot how many times I had this, how many weeks I had this bruise on my arm. You see, it's kind of gone now, right? It's a slight faint nothing. I didn't realize I bruise easily, but maybe that was just a one-time thing. I don't know. I just and folks away. What are you saying? They don't like you? You repel them? You repel them naturally? I mean, honestly, I wish. They're annoying. My mosquitoes bite. Hi, Robert Rutledge. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. One thing I learned, okay, when you're going to, I'm going to talk about when you come back from the range, but as I was learning about lead and things like that, like I'm really mindful, and I shared this. I appreciate you being here, Robert. Let me say hello to Jova Q as well. Hi, Jova Q. That's kind of low. However, it depends on your training plan path. I know you're answering one of my questions. You'll have to refresh my memory. This is what I do, Jova Q. Okay, you've been here. You know that I fall off. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Remind me. Round count for me is a minimum of 150. Okay, 300 rounds max. Okay, see, thank you, David. Thank you for sharing that. Hopefully that helps someone, because you can go there and just all your ammo is gone. Like don't take a firearm one and take 500 rounds. Whew, unless you're working on something, but it will go by so fast. I mean, if you have disposable income like that, you can buy ammo, and I'm jealous. But how about, the goal is to refine and perfect what you're working on, get more precise, make sure, little recoil, trigger control, all of that, right? Risk control, and, getting as tight groups as possible. So, maybe on that trip you didn't do as well as you thought but save those rounds for another day. Save them for another day because it'll go by really fast if you don't have self-control. And that was me in the beginning. I had to kind of took like, oh gosh. And then I got home and I'm like, my box is like almost empty and I just bought some. Don't do that. Don't do it. I rotate my compact in full size every month. Oh, nice. Okay. Yes. I love it. I wish I could carry a full size, but I can't. It's not possible. Yes, that's right, too, love. That's what this is. Mm-hmm. Yep. Wait. Yes, that's right. I see it there. Up Lula is what it says on the side here. You can see it. Oh gosh, it's blurry. Yeah. I'll let me know if you need it. Let me know if you need something closer. I'll try to get it to you. Round count. Oh, that's what you're talking about. See? Thank you. Okay, going back to that. To the training plan path. You're right. I still feel a certain way about using all your ammo. When does it? Oh God. All your training ammo, rather, being very specific. But I'm curious, do you all, I should have did it as a community post. Do you every so often take or use hollow points in your everyday carry and use that at the range just to practice? Do you run rounds through it with the hollow point, or have you only done it with your full metal jacket? Because I've heard from more than one person that it's important to practice with your hollow points as well. And then I do have a question. This was a question for the community. How do you transport your targets? Because I had thank God I had the cardboard ones, but those flat paper ones, is there any good way to travel with them so they don't get beat up and mangled? Because I know when you get them from Amazon, they're flat, like they're folded. But then you want to be able to carry them to the range and they just get mangled. And then you put them up on the target and they're all wrinkled. I don't like that. So what do you all do? Or is there nothing that can be done? I've tried. I know that, laying them flat and transport helps. Like, how do you store your paper targets? That's my question. Sorry. That was my long around the way question. How do you store your targets? And then also, I showed you the cleaning. No, I didn't show you the cleaning tool. I showed you the first aid kit. And then I cannot find, I think it's in another bag, but I have a little utility tool kit that kind of unfolds, and it has all the screwdrivers and different types of tools that you can use when you have to do repairs on the fly. How many times has that saved me? I wish I had it. It is on my Amazon store, so you can check it out, but it comes in handy when you have to tighten something more than once. My front sights have popped off. And tightening that up, you know how difficult it is trying to find a front sight. And we have like sand. It's like sandy dirt. It's weird. So if you lose that, good luck. So tightening down is important to do. Usually do that at the range, not necessarily. Honestly, I don't tighten up at home. I do it at the range, like right before I'm about to use it. Maybe you all do before and after, but only because I learned, like, I do not want this popping off. So my mentality is, let me make sure before I start shooting this so it doesn't pop off. Just curious what you all have to say about that. Tell me that FMJ. Yeah, I want to know about that for sure. That might be, other people might have a question for that. I had planned to go to the gun range, but it just didn't work out. I didn't go. No. Yeah, I just didn't go. Honestly, I talked about it, and I think you can get burned out from going to the gun shows over and over again, like every time they're here. I think here in Tampa, They have like 6 or 7. It's a lot. And then there's other ones in the surrounding area, like in Orlando. There's one down south in Palmetto. There's another one I can't remember now. It escapes me, but they're frequent, and you can get burned out. Like, okay, what else new am I going to see? So I decided to wait until towards the end of the year, because I feel and hope, any vendors in the chat, let me know, that at the end of the year they're trying to offload some stuff, and that'll satisfy my checkbox of going to the gun show for the year, because I don't really need anything. So I said, I'm not going to break my neck to get over there, but it would be nice to see, at the end of the year, maybe I'll get Christmas bonus. Maybe I'll get, the little scratch outs of the lottery. I'll get some money so that I can go and buy something on my wish list. My wish list fluctuates. But no, Robert, I didn't. Did you go? Did you go? I did plan on it. I talked about it, but I just didn't. I shot both of the range. I think it's important, right, David? It's important to at least every so often. I know Hollow Point is more expensive, but I've always been told that it's good practice to do it every so often. Yes, thank you, Joe Q. Thank you for validating as well. It has different point of aim and impact of point of impact many times. Thank you. And see, this is why I love this community, because when you're first getting started in this space, you don't have anyone to really guide you or make suggestions for you. And it's like, okay, what is the cheapest ammo that you have for this 9mm? Or was that just me? Was that just me? Quality does matter. And I learned that the hard way. And, understanding the difference, the different types of ammunition and how it performs, how it's different than the other is important. And it can be really overwhelming. So you want to learn, but you don't want to have the fire hose effect. It's got to be something that you understand. That's how it sinks in for me, understanding it over time. Like, okay, now that makes sense why the instructor told me to do this. They showed me that. They showed me, but now I get it. And it's just like, ding. It's a beautiful thing. I use poster tubes for targets. Oh, that's a good idea. See, time machine? I didn't think about it, because after my aggressive driving, okay, I still have northern tendencies. Although I'm in the South, I still have northern tendencies. So I have a lead foot, and I'm all over the place. So by the time when I do get to range, because I'm trying to put things, I can safely put in my car. And so when the day comes when I'm going to the range, they're all like over the place, and they're, especially with this, they're all mangled. Like, I had the big silhouette targets. I won't say I threw it away, but I was like, what am I gonna do with that? So you have to use the backside, because it's all like this is the results of me not storing it safely. It still works though, but it doesn't clearly identify my targets when I shoot. So I'm gonna work on that. I appreciate the poster tube tip. Thank you for that. You cover tube. Yes, I didn't even think about that. They do have posters still at Walmart, so I can get one of those small ones. But yeah, I'm gonna investigate and get something like Goodwill. There was an overstock of random things. I think next time I make a trip over there, I will see it, because I don't want to spend a lot of money, but it's necessary. Yes, see, everyone's saying that. Am I the only one who didn't do that? Who didn't think that through? Oh, the PVC pipe. That's a good idea too. Okay. Mm-hmm. Blue Loctite. Oh, for the sights that pop off. And it's only on certain guns. Names to be not disclosed. Names not to be disclosed. Only on certain firearms does it do that. So I feel like I'm continuously getting those tightened, but it's fine. Hi, Tactical Skillionaire. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. I use a torque fix. It stick and torque before and after. Oh, you do it before and after. See. Yeah, I think that's a practice that I should probably adjust. I just do it like before because subconsciously I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it. And I don't. I want to make sure I'm tightened up beforehand. But it makes sense because even in transport, when you're taking it home, it could like, whatever could happen. And I don't even know. Good suggestion. Hello there. Good evening. Appreciate you popping in. I'll leave that right there. Just got back from camping. Oh boy. I'm unpacking, getting things put away. Yeah. Okay. Let me tell you real fast. So I went, this is what happens. Okay. I distracted easily. When I went to ninja class yesterday, one of the guys, he said that they're going on a retreat up to North Carolina to do like a full weekend of practice and all that stuff that I do in the class for my 1 hour. And he's like, you should come too. I'm like, so yeah, there's some tents, you could pop up some tents. I'm like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute, what? It's like, I don't do that. Does he not know I'm a city girl? We don't do that. It's not really bad out there. Okay. You might get a couple snakes. Like, what? Why are you saying it like that? Like it's nothing. No, I don't do that. I don't glamp. Okay. I don't do that. It doesn't have to be fancy, but I can't. The thought of something in the middle of the night, even if you have those little, yes, I'm spilling my beans. Even those inflatable mattresses, it's not high enough. It's not. I can't do it. I think I'll try it one time in my life, but it has to be like perfect circumstances where I'm at high elevation and there's no risk of any red ants, snakes, bears, and like none of that. Am I alone? So as soon as he said, yeah, which pop-ups and tents, he said so casually too, like it's not a big deal. Like, okay, I don't do that, so I'm automatically out. What other accommodations does it have? Meanwhile, you're out, 3 days sweating, probably have to go to the bathroom out in the trees. Fine. All that is fine. It's the sleeping aspect. I don't know. Maybe I saw Blair Witch one too many times, Blair Witch Project. And so now I'm scarred and I can't do it. I can't. So everyone knew that movie. That movie was kind of weird. I know it was fake, but it was kind of fake. It was scary. I'll appreciate my bedtime. I bet you will. I think of gun shows as places to meet, learn, and gun community. So much more than just places to buy things. I agree. Gear websites for sure. And it's fun too when you run across people that you see continuously. You see the same vendors and they're like, hey, I saw you last time. They may not remember your name, but like, they just remember you. And then other people that are in the community that you see often. And every so often it's like, hey, I know you. I watch your channel. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. That gives me like I'm flying high for a really long time because Tampa's small, but Tampa's big, but Tampa's small. Yes. But I love kind of mixing and mingling. And once you get comfortable with the vendors, they kind of share things that are coming around. They let you touch like their own personal firearms. And that has been the case. So I enjoy it. And I agree with you. I like to see and ask questions. And you can't do that online. You can look at all the pictures, all those things. I do have a video where I talk about that, like the benefits of going to a gun show. And I talk about that kind of stuff. It is important. And then you can hear the buzz of what people are interested in. You can see which tables have a lot of traffic. Like, what are people looking at? What do they like? And find out from the vendors themselves saying, I sold a lot of these. Hopefully they're not lying. I'm like, I don't want to buy that thing, but what are you selling here the most of? Just to kind of a pulse on the community. Aside from going to like a major event like the NRA show or the GOA event, things like that. It's more a community-based setting, and it is fun from that perspective. I agree. Thank you for sharing that gear websites. Thank you. It seems to work well. Shouldn't be. Are you talking about the tent? Oh, no, we're not going to talk about the tent. No, no tent. Yes. Oh boy, yes. For the shoot and see targets, you can get a binder and put them in document protectors, or get flip open clipboards to keep them in. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that, because this goes in the top pocket of my range bag, and I throw all kinds of things in there just to shove it in, like this, and it's all these hard edges. By the time I get to, the range, it's just destroyed. So that's a good idea too. Thank you. If I do that, I'm gonna apply that. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna share that with you in the future, live or in a community post. Thank you for that. Hi, Strap House Customs. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. We're just talking about prepping for the range, what you do, how you get there. This conversation was sparked from a conversation. Yeah, this topic was sparked from a conversation I had with someone who's very, very new to gun ownership. And she was loading her ammunition at home. Great. Be prepared. You only get 1 hour at the indoor range. But she realized that she was putting the ammo in wrong. But the light bulb went off. That's when you're new, you don't know. Someone says, okay, you want to do it this way. Okay. And you just follow their lead, but really understanding. And she checked herself and she's like, oh, this is in wrong. So she fixed it. She corrected it herself without any assistance, and then was able to load her rounds in. And when you're new, you're doing it very slow. I don't like to keep my nails long. I just feel like it gets in the way. But when you're doing it at home, you have comfort so that you're prepared. As soon as you hit the lane, you can insert your magazine and get shooting. You don't have to fool around with anything, right? Are you laughing at me? Hi, Time Machine. You got to run. Okay, understand. Thanks for popping in. I know you're always running. You're always running. Time Machine. You're always going to different places. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh God, see, Tilamu. We got a lot of things out here, and it's not worth it. I can't. But it's in North Carolina, so I don't know what kind of creatures they have up there. Florida, though, I went to the mailbox and there was a little turtle, like this big, medium size, and its little legs. It just happened. Its little legs. The sand here, the ground here is very soft. There's grass and there's sand, and if there's water mixed in, forget it. He must have been like trying to get out of this little hole for a long time, and people are so rude. Help scoot the little shell up, and it was probably freaking out. So me and my daughter, because I had to go to mailbox, she wanted to touch it with her hand. I was like, we don't do that. Okay, we don't do that. So let's get this empty bottle right here and push its shell from its bottom up. And it took a couple tries, and then it finally got out. But we have a lot of creatures here. When I lived, not where I currently live, but in my previous home, there was a pond in the front of my house. There was a street and then a pond. And then behind me, I had a pond. It was fenced in, but there was a pond. You see where I'm getting alligators. One day I was coming home, and my neighbor stopped me and said, I'm so glad that you were not home, because an alligator walked across and was trying to find its way to the other pond and had hit my door. Like, it was coming, it didn't, it went on the detour. And it finally made its way. But, it's scary. You got to worry about wild people, wild animals. I say it all the time. Wild animals and wild people. Yes. So maybe I'm a little bit gun shy about animals and being in, my vicinity. So I'll avoid those types of settings. Like, this is the camping in the forest. That's their territory, right? We're just guests. And I want to be respectful. And if I'm with someone who's seasoned and knows the way, I may do it. I may do it once. I may do it once. I see your comment. I see your comment. I know. You would think. Yeah. Most things that bother you, and half of the ones that might are just curious. For the small percentage, you have tools available. I know, but I also don't want to, like, I don't want to hurt little creatures either. You know, they're like, this is my space. I'm coming over. You literally, this is where I was hanging out the day before, and now you got your tent set up here. Who's in the wrong? Who is in the wrong? Okay. So I talked about that. Yes. Did I share everything? Yes. Oh, let me show you my what I use for cleaning. So I'll take this out too, and I put it in a little baggie so it doesn't leak. But I use the cleanse oil. I know that there's others out there. I just haven't found anything that I've kind of stuck to. But this is pretty good. The cleanse oil. If you have something that you use, I'd love to know it. Cleans, protects, lubricates, prevents rust. And then I have my little rag so that if I have to tinker with it, or especially if you're trying to fix something or tighten something down, or want to spray like inside the slide, you know, in the chamber or something like that, like whatever you might have to do, like having a little dirt rag. Now I got to clean my hands. Comes in handy. Now I have to clean my hands. Yes. I saved dog. Yes. Don't you feel good when you save an animal? We get turtles run over all the time. It's so sad. It's like they can only go so fast, people, and then people speeding down the road. It's just sad. And those daggone sand cranes, I feel like people purposely hit those things. Honestly. Those big birds, you know what, those sand cranes, the ones that are as tall as I am, that like they're like 4 feet tall with long legs. They will peck your eyeballs out. Makes me think of the movie The Birds. Like, they'll get you, especially if they have their babies nearby. What's this? I saved frogs from storm drains in West Palm. He jumped back in. Yeah, that's funny. Actually, it was very funny. Wait, did you touch it with your bare hands? Okay. I'm just asking. I like to keep paper towels in my hand in my car. I also like to keep water. Those water bottles that if I don't finish it all, or even if I do finish all my water, I'll fill it up with, from the faucet, and I'll fill it all the way up, and I keep it in my car for any kind of situation. If I get something sticky on my hands, or if I go to the trash can, I touch anything, I can pour water on my hands and then use my paper towel. It's saving grace. It's something that I started doing many years ago, and I'm thankful that I have that practice because it's come in handy a lot. Just an empty plastic water bottle, just fill it all the way up and I keep it in my little door handle. And whenever I just need to rinse, because sometimes a hand sanitizer is not enough. And if you can't get to like a store to wash your hands properly, it does help. Just sharing some extra side tips unrelated to range. But I do want to talk about, I use that for my pistol. Oh, okay. Use the cleanse oil. I like it. And it's got this, the spray. It's not like, some of the other ones, they have just different tops, I like that one because it's multi-purpose. I like it simple and easy. I have used Aegis Gun Care. Yes, Shooter's Lube Tetra. I haven't heard of that one. I haven't heard of that one either. And hops. Yes, I do have hops also. It's in my closet over here. I got it as a gift from Mr. Bill. Yes, I think it was Mr. Bill. No, it wasn't Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill got me some, donated some ammo, some training ammo, some 22 training ammo. I use the TX20, the Taurus TX22 for new training students. Sand cranes don't play, I know. Yeah, they move slow too, but like if they know someone's car speeding, they do try to fly out of the way, but they will peck your eyeballs out. They're very intimidating. They're like their eyes. Oh gosh. I think I shared a picture before, but I'm gonna try to do it up close. Like, be careful of humans and non-humans. What's this say? Oh, my hair's sticking right there. No, I probably use a stick, but I would in a different situation to eat it. Soap and water takes care of it. I know, but still, yes. That's why I have the extra water. The spigot water is what I'm familiar with back in the day. My family would say the spigot. Get water from the spigot. But okay, let me finish. Okay, so when you go to the range, are you using it to practice, like self-defense? Are you training? Like, as I get into USPSA, I'm gonna explore that. I'll start practicing with my training firearms. Still have not found the right one. If anyone has any suggestions or tips about that, for me, for my hands, some suggestions that I can explore, because I've done my own due diligence already. I've written down, I've looked at different magazines, I've looked at different websites, and I do have some idea, but because you know me, any specific suggestions you might have for training? I don't want it too big, but I know that it has to be like a certain size, the barrel length and all that. So yes, I'm a newbie. I'm exploring the space now, just because I can't sit still. That's why, basically, I can't sit still. Are you running something new? Like going to the range? Like what's up for you this next trip? Running something new, upgrading your pews, or what? Are you one that likes upgrading and adding a bunch of stuff to your firearms? Or you'd like to keep it kind of static, like straight from stock? You might add a grip to it. You might do some simple stuff, maybe add some um, glow sights on it, but rather, but still keep it kind of simple. Where do you fall? And then drills, like when I talked about at the top of the live, doing like drawing from the holster drills, or speed drills, moving target drills. I started doing that also, and I have a video. I have a video. I'm very behind on a few of my vlog videos, but the running, moving target drills is something that I'm starting to do more of. And then working on your malfunctions, which people may often forget, like putting in those dummy rounds and seeing how you respond to that not firing, and being able to clear it really quickly and getting your firearm back on target, like doing those types of practice things, because it's not 100% proof that it will always run smoothly. So how do you respond to that? How do you recover from that? And how quickly? And my nose is running. Yeah, I think that's hopefully that I covered it. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything? I use repel. Yes. Oh, for the bugs stuff. Yes. This is good because those big, I hate coming from the range and not having this on, and I got like some itchy bump on my arm, because something got me and I didn't see it coming. Something got me. I also bring out, I also put on, I didn't, it's Botanica sunscreen. Okay. If you're out in the sun, summer's here. We're all right around the corner later on this month, I think the 20th. And it's important to make sure that you're keeping your skin protected from the sun. Okay. Not just us folks in Florida and other sunny places. Like you still want to keep protection if you're shooting outside in the range. And I like the Botanica because it seems not to have so many chemicals in it. And I don't really need a suntan. All I need is just a little bit of coverage. I don't need that. Gen X hair grip, a garden hose. Exactly. I know. And we're normal. We're normal relatively. I grew up where in my city or on my street, okay, don't judge me. They would, this is what they did back in the day, okay? Again, don't judge me. They take off the hydrant cover, and we'd have block parties, and we would drink and play in the water. Maybe that's why I'm a little off today, but I'm very familiar with what you're talking about. Garden hose was perfectly fine. You're running up and down the street, you could quickly get to it, rehydrate yourself and keep it moving. What happened to the good old days? Robert, do you have a shotgun in your collection? I do. I don't bring it out very much. It's one of the first ones I got, and now the name escapes me. The challenge I have with the shotgun is I wanted to have one because people said that you should have one. I just don't practice with it enough, and I think the one that I got was the lowest cost shotgun because I just wanted to get one to see and practice with it. But it does tear your shoulder up. And I just shifted from the shotgun to the rifle, if I must be honest. But I think if I had a better quality shotgun, I would have a better experience. I just think I got one that was a little bit lower quality, and I didn't have a fun experience with it. So I never like to let that happen. And I'm sure I'm not alone where like, I didn't like that. And then you kind of put it away. Like, it wasn't super expensive, so I didn't have extreme buyer's remorse. And it's a very good gun. It's fine, but I wanted something a little bit different. And now I'm sucked into the world of rifles, and so I'm on that train. But I do have one. Just one, Robert. Just one. We need to set up a training course that includes lots of bugs and critters for her to master her fears. I know. Listen, I'm one of those people too when you feel like something's on you, but it's just like, a fuzz or a string on your shirt. Like I'll be like, oh my gosh, something's on me. And I'll do that. I'm one of those people. Yes. I'm just very sensitive. New York Outcast, just very sensitive. Not really. But I think that's all that I have for you today. I know I wanted to kind of talk about some gun related topics for today. Last week was kind of freestyle. I didn't have anything in particular. It did touch a little bit on situational awareness because I was in a mall parking lot and the security guy came around, I think like 3 times. And when you're sitting in your car, you have to constantly look at all your mirrors and windows. Like if you're going, waiting for someone, all of those things, you just have to be mindful. So, I'm going to let that be. That's what the live, that's what the live was about. But really I was just roaming the streets, and I couldn't get back here to do a live with you from my little studio. But I wanted to make sure I said hello to you all. What do we have coming up for this month? I don't know if I have anything happening. Next month, July is going to be a busy month. It's going to be a traveling month for me also. I know that the NAGA event is at the end of July. I will be there as part of my representation for Gun Owners America, Empowered 2A. So I'll be there helping out at the booth. So if you're going, please do come by, say hello. And I know the goals, Gun Owners America Leadership Summit, that's going to be in August. I will be there also. So it's kind of like light. June's kind of light because I have July, August. And then once the fall hits, people are traveling, the holidays are coming, people are busy. So I'm just going to embrace this quiet at the moment. But there's always stuff going on in the background. I will be going to the range this coming weekend, okay? So there will be some videos that you'll see released. I appreciate you all watching. I've been doing a lot of SCT frame videos. Love them. So you'll see a lot of those coming around in future videos. If you have specific questions about that, because I am dabbling dabbling. Yes, dabbling with different colors. I've got one. I'm waiting for some parts to come in. So I've got one coming around the corner soon. But if y'all have any questions about that as I build that and put that together, please do let me know. I've been sharing it as a short, so not a lot of information is verbally expressed. But if you'd like me to talk about, the build, why I chose one or the other, like my experience with that, if you've not done a build before, even if you have, like just to share my own experience, let me know. Let me know what you'd like me to include in my next video. I'd be happy to share. I know I don't have anything. Yeah, I was not prepared, Robert. Where were you, Robert? Where were you when I was doing the other giveaways? Where were you? Yeah. I will work on that. Okay. But not for today, because off the cuff, I don't have anything. Like there's stuff over there, but I would literally make so much noise, and it seems like something would follow me if I tried to like uncover something to do a post on. Do a giveaway on. So, I'll do another pop-up. I'll do a pop-up at a later time. How about that? Oh, thank you, Virginia Bushcrafter. Kayla's Guns. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Gear Websites. I appreciate you. Of course. I do go off on tangents and have like random conversations and topics, but I appreciate people popping in. It's not always going to be all this all the time. And we are multidimensional, and coming together and sharing is really my goal, with the focus on self-defense in all forms. But I think it's good to kind of talk about other things too, what people are doing. So what are people, while I share that, do I have anything coming around this corner this week? Yeah, I do have a job interview coming up on Tuesday. I know I hinted last week that I made a shift in my career, and I haven't posted anything about it yet. I'm trying to like not completely spill my beans about what it is, but give you a hint that would be like, oh, okay. When you look back, you say, okay, now I understand why you did that. I just don't want to give it away. So I'm very, very bad at it. Okay. So trying to figure out what items I can share as a community post that will give you some hints. And then Robert, if you're still here, Robert Rutledge, I'll be doing a giveaway on what you think my new career path is. And my interview that I have coming up does relate to it. So I'm very excited. You get old, as you get older, and I'll talk about this because I did document my journey testing out this new industry. So I have a vlog that I'm going to talk about it, but just to share a little bit, when you are doing a career for so long, I know people kind of roll and ride out into the sunset with their career, and whatever they were doing, they've been doing it 40 years, whatever it might be. But then there's another path where people are like, I am tired of doing this every day and I want to do something different. What is the click in your head that makes you just go down a different path? And what things make you want to change that? Like, I just want better quality of life. I want to make a better impact in my community. And not to say that, doing IT work, all that stuff is not impactful to, the greater good of all, economy and all that stuff. But I really wanted to do something different, and I didn't want to retire doing that IT work. I just didn't. It's not fun anymore. So I did make a shift. And when people talk about, okay, after so many years, they go, I won't say, well, there's one of those, when the guys go, they've divorced their wives and buy a Corvette. Like what's that term called? Not that, but Where you just do a complete shift. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. I just got burned out. I'm burned out and I want to do something different. What's that term I'm talking about, though? What is that term? Hi, Chat Kelly. Good to see you. Always heading in or heading out. Always heading in or heading out. This does not want to stay down. Mercenary? Counterterrorism? Oh, that's good. That's good. I did want to. No, if I can't. I can't say that because I might. I don't want to eliminate any possibilities of what you might think. Yes, thank you, Chad Kelly. Thank you. My goodness, midlife crisis. It's kind of like with the midlife crisis, but for the worker. So that's kind of how I felt. I'm tired. You know it. You do it. It's easy. The complacency has set in, and it's no longer fun. And with IT, you're still learning and all that. And it's plenty to know and understand, but you're just tired. And I just reached that point. So I hope that once I do talk about it and share it, you'll understand. And it's very scary when you make a change like that to do something completely different that you really don't have a lot of experience in. But if someone's willing to give you a chance and you're like excited about it and passionate about like learning and wanting to know like all things about it, knowing you're going to probably start way low. But after 20 years, like I've built a comfortable place where I am balancing that in my decisions on what I want to do. So that's my closing for today. Yes, midlife crisis. I won't say a crisis, but yes, whatever the positive side of midlife crisis, like you just want to you look back and you evaluate, the things that you wanted to do. And I can say that this is something that I wanted to do as a kid. And now, most recently, I had an opportunity to explore that. So it's really weird, surreal. So anyway, what are y'all doing this week? Oh, see, now I feel like something's on me. What are y'all getting into this week? Anything exciting? I know that summertime is hitting, I think on the 20th. Are y'all taking any time off? Don't spill your beans, but hopefully you'll be able to do something that is not work related and enjoy yourself. Two Live Mail did this since. I love that. Resigned from my job and interviewing for a fun job. See? Two Live Mail. Yes. See? You're my. Yes. You're my counter to that. It's just, I know. I don't know. It's hard to explain. If you're kind of new in your career and you're already like you're loving life and your job, great. But hopefully you never feel like you get to a certain point, you're skilled enough, so it makes sense to continue doing what you're doing. But it's not fulfilling you. And I think that that's really what life's about: fulfilling and making an impact, a positive impact in someone else's life, even better in someone's community, in your community. But you just want to be fulfilled. Yes. Nice, Robert. See, we might have a separate conversation about this at a later time, because it's things that people don't really talk about, and you kind of sit on it and you have conversations with yourself or people close to you, but they may not be able to relate. So it's nice to kind of share with other people that I get it. I get it. I had the 7-year itch a few years ago, almost quit a few times. See? Started some hobbies, and eventually found shooting. Now work is manageable. That matters. And sharing videos is a side job. That matters, Chad Kelly, and that's important. I love that you said that. And I think that's one of the reasons why I've stuck in the IT career for so long, because I took on other activities that fulfilled me, filled those voids where I wasn't feeling good, And yes, now I'm at a point where it's not enough. It's not enough. Thank you. Thank you, scriptwriter. You got to leave. Appreciate you being here. I'm wrapping up too. But I appreciate everyone. If anyone wants to send me a message privately, I'm happy to hear from you. If, we can break bread virtually and talk about it. But I appreciate the support because it's really scary to do something new and not like financially rewarding. There's other rewarding benefits from it. And so you really have to sit down and see, especially if you have a family and, it's not just you that you have to consider, it's other facets of your life. So you can't just make a hasty decision on that. But I appreciate everyone's support and allowing me to have a small little side venting session on this. I've used aluminum casings and revolvers only, never pistols. You're answering someone's question. Okay, everyone, I appreciate you. I will be back next Sunday. Same time, 6:05. Don't have any plans to skip out, or I still will be here in this room. But I appreciate everyone for joining me in today's live. I hope that you got something out of it that you weren't doing before. I was like, okay, I could probably do that. Oh, let me share. Sorry. When you're leaving from the range really quickly, the clothing, like ideally, if you're planning to go someplace else, if you're planning to, if you're planning to go someplace else, I like to have an extra change of clothes, at least a different shirt. And then I will also put like a towel on my chair in my car and then use that to clean my clothes, and clean that with my clothing later. Like have a standard blanket, like a thin little blanket. They've got like cheap ones you can get, and let that be on your chair when you're leaving from the range, because things do set in, especially if you have material seats, and all that dust and all that is going into your chair. I even wipe my steering wheel down. Like I wipe down anything that I potentially touch. When I leave from the range, I go and wash my hands. Although I do use the wipe, I still go and stop before I even head home and clean my hands. And then they do have these washing machine cleaners that you can get if you have a big load of like lead infested, for lack of a better word. This will clean your washing machine after you've washed your clothing with the, that had the lead and such in it. And I did have that short where I showed the laundry detergent that you can get from the same manufacturer that will wash your clothing and take out the dust and stuff. Okay. So I forgot to mention that. Sorry. Appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all being here. My saying has been, I love my job and I love the people. I love to help people, but I hate people I work with. My brain is on different levels, so I do better solo. Oh no, Chad Kelly, that's why I'm single. You know what? If it brings you peace, I completely understand. I completely understand. Lazy coworkers can drain your spirit. Yep, I agree. ZZZR4, hello. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Are you local or are you far? Are you in the US or you out? I can't remember. Appreciate you. You know what I'm talking about, Kenny? Lazy people are the worst, and the majority of the people these days, oh God. Y'all are funny. Okay. Well, you'll have a fantastic, thank you, Club 49. We'll close it out with a nice note. I appreciate everyone being here. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. I will catch you next Sunday. Please hit the like button before you leave. Thank you. You know how it is over here. And I'll be sharing some community posts and videos in the week ahead. So you all have a fantastic one. Stay safe. Stay safe. Let me pull up my little thing. And I'm going to go and cut my hair. Let me go ahead and post this really quickly. You know how I do. You know how to do. Oh, one more comment. Thank you. Just a matter of getting used to it. I know. I appreciate you all for being here. Very much more than you know. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm sure I'll catch you on someone else's live, or I'll see you next week. Have a good one and stay safe.
Is that it?
Yep, that's
Oh,
it.
it's that simple?
Yep. It's that simple.